In this section, we will go over clinical evidence, dosing strategies, and safety considerations for two phytoceuticals, lavender and kava. Lavender is one of the most beautiful phytoceuticals that we have access to. The cultural and land-based origins of lavender goes back to drier, warmer regions of the Mediterranean, parts of Southern Europe, Africa, Middle East, and South Asia. Lavender aromatherapy, as opposed to internal digestion, ingestion, or administration that we will be talking about here, has anxiolytic effects, especially in the short term. Lavender research shows in 2019 a systematic review and meta-analysis that included 65 randomized clinical trials of more than 7,000 subjects, as well as 25 non-randomized studies of another 1,200 subjects, showed that lavender oil ingestion significantly reduces both state and trait anxiety. Specifically, an oral extract of lavender called Silexan at about 80 milligrams daily for 6 weeks was shown to be reliably and significantly effective for anxiety, well tolerated and safe. There are precautions to consider for the use of lavender for anxiety. There are several case reports which describe prepubertal gynecomastia in boys in association with topical lavender use. Another case report series published in 2019 found 3 prepubertal girls with premature thelarchy and 1 boy with gynecomastia from continuous topical exposure to lavender essential oils and lavender fragrance products over several months to years. In all these cases, breast development resolved after discontinuing the use of the topical exposure and or fragrance product without any recurrence of the problem. Lavender was not well characterized in these reports. Several of these reports used lavender fragrance, synthetic compounds, and or undefined lavender extracts, which were chemically analyzed and found to have synthetic endocrine disrupting chemicals while lacking lavender essential oil. In a systematic review, which included the publication from 2019 by Ramsey, which I mentioned above, it was concluded that there is little to no evidence that lavender acts as an endocrine disruptor in children or that it has significant estrogenic effects. So in summary for lavender, based on clinician guidelines for the treatment of psychiatric disorders with nutraceuticals and phytoceuticals, also called the CANMAT Task Force 2022, lavender oil at doses of 80 to 160 milligrams daily of the specialized oil in capsule form or 500 to 1500 milligrams dried flour, preferably in a standardized formulation twice a day, is provisionally recommended for monotherapy or adjunctive use in generalized anxiety disorders. The evidence grade is A for this use of lavender for anxiety with 3 statistically significant RCTs and an N of 813. The next phytoceutical that we will be discussing is Kava, the plant with beautiful large green leaves. The cultural and land-based origins of Kava comes ceremoniously used in South Pacific Islands to create relaxation and support community ties. It has a very long history of being used in those settings. The main active constituents of kava are what are called lipophilic kavalactones, found primarily in the root and readily crossing the blood-brain barrier. More than 50 published human clinical trials exploring the use of kava for anxiolytic support have been found. The previous research on kava shows that some studies show significant improvement in short-term management of anxiety. Longer 16-week multi-site double-blind randomized placebo-controlled trial in 171 participants who had generalized anxiety disorder showed that kava extract with standardization to 120 milligrams of cavalactones twice a day did not significantly reduce anxiety versus placebo, with remission rates of 17.4% in the kava group and 23.8% in the placebo group, with p equals 0.46 by SARS in 2020. The Kava group actually experienced more frequently memory problems, tremor and shakiness, and liver function test abnormalities, though no cases met criteria for herb-induced liver injury. The suggestion is that Kava may be more effective for short-term, situational, or subsyndromal anxiety as supported by these earlier studies, but not for chronic DSM-defined generalized anxiety disorder. A large multi-center randomized clinical trial showed non-superiority to placebo in generalized anxiety disorder. Recent meta-analyses have shown that there is insufficient evidence for efficacy in treating GAD. Some precautions to consider for kava include that kava extract can inhibit CYP450 enzymes, notably CYP1A2, 2C9, 2C19, 2D6, 3A4, and 4A9/11, thereby affecting concurrent use of medications and ethanol metabolized by these isoenzymes. All of this research finds that kava carries some potential and pharmacokinetic drug interactions with other medications, substances, and or other nutraceuticals that are also metabolized by the CYP450 enzymes. Polymorphisms of CYP2D6 resulting in slowed metabolism may explain the higher incidence of hepatotoxicity among Caucasians compared to Pacific Islanders. Prevalence of this polymorphism is about 12 to 20% in Caucasians versus 1% in Pacific Islanders. Other reversible toxicities associated with higher and chronic consumption of kava include dermopathy, nausea, and headaches. It's important to recommend use of noble varieties of the rootstock of the plant kava, standardized to a sufficient level of kava lactones. The guideline does not state what is considered a sufficient level. The most common regimen used in recent high-quality trials is 120 milligrams of cavalactones daily or twice a day, with a total of 120 to 240 milligrams per day, delivered as a standardized aqueous extract of noble kava rootstock. For example, in the SARS study in 2013, it demonstrated significant reduction in anxiety symptoms with 120 to 240 milligrams a day of cavalactones over 6 weeks, with a moderate effect size and no significant liver function abnormalities compared to placebo. Current guidelines recommend short-term use of aqueous extract with persons with no known liver disease, no ethanol abuse or use, and not taking other hepatotoxic medications such as acetaminophen. The World Federation of Societies of Biological Psychiatry and the CANMAT Task Force in 2022 summarized the data for use as follows. Kava is not recommended for adjunctive or monotherapy use for generalized anxiety disorder. Potential use for acute or short-term management of anxiety symptoms is supported by robust evidence. Caution for use in people with liver injuries or issues is important, and avoidance with the use of alcohol and benzodiazepines. Fair safety data, although further data would be beneficial in determining causations of the very rare liver issues that were noted 15 to 20 years ago, potentially due to poor quality kava. Here are some key points on the use of kava and lavender. For lavender, it has grade A evidence supporting its use in generalized anxiety disorders. Lavender at doses of 80 to 160 milligrams daily is specialized oil in the capsule form, or 500 to 1500 milligrams dried flower, preferably in a standardized formulation, twice a day is provisionally recommended for monotherapy or adjunctive use in generalized anxiety disorders. Kava is not recommended for generalized anxiety disorder, but may have a role in short-term situational anxiety symptom relief. Kava inhibits multiple CYP450 enzymes, creating significant drug interaction potential. Historical hepatotoxicity concerns, largely attributed to poor quality extracts, wrong plant parts, and overdosing, have been downgraded but not eliminated.